Hey, it's Sarah. Let's look at the energy for the week of October the 31st through November the 6th. This is, thank goodness, a much slower week, and we get a chance to kind of sink into this new energy. This is, of course, my take on the energy and the astrology, and because of that, it may not resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, just pass it on by, and I do help you find what you're looking for. As we end October and begin November, we see the themes from the powerful eclipse on October the 25th to be on everyone's mind. We need to be flexible this week, give ourselves a bit more time for this energy to really mesh and sink in. This is a time when memories of past relationships, jobs that have gone wrong, decisions that we made that really changed our course, our life course, are all coming back up for us to examine. We're at the cusp of a major change, and to make the best decisions, we need to really go back and examine the past, look at what value we can get from past lessons, and also understand why we made the choices we did. It sounds really good and it sounds really easy, but it can be a bit overwhelming, especially with everything else going on in the world. So thank goodness this is a slower week. As November unfolds, the sun will oppose the North Node in Taurus, prompting us to embrace comfort and security above all else. And also, it's time to ask yourself, are you actually focusing on tasks that leave you feeling secure, or are you putting all your focus on other things? Could that be a reason why things feel so unstable or chaotic in your life? Also, what does true security feel like to you? Is it having X amount of dollars in the bank, or is it being in a committed relationship? Is it owning your own home? Is it having the freedom to travel? What does it really mean to you? What lessons from our childhood are still influencing us when we think about these issues, when we think about success, when we think about stability or security? And are these lessons still valid for us now? So there's going to be a lot of deep thinking this week, especially with Venus gearing up for its opposition to Uranus. Your desire for balance, connection, and harmony will fuel you to make changes this week. So this is a really good thing. Let's break it down for the week and then look at each sign's forecast. On November the 5th, the sun will oppose the North Node in Taurus, centering the need to stop being so fearful. Yay. We're ready to begin a new chapter, and we're ready to be empowered and brave as we do so. Venus will oppose Uranus and Taurus on November the 5th. We can expect our love life to go through some major changes since Venus is in Scorpio. Relationships have been somewhat off, and we may not really feel like pursuing them or even being there and showing up for our partner. That's going to change as unexpected events are revealed that maybe we're not seeing the entire picture, or we're not actually committed enough to the relationship or to that person to follow through. So keep an open mind, especially when it comes to relationships this week for sure. Your fears have been holding you back, and all of this could be happening subconsciously. So thank goodness this is a much slower week. Use this time to integrate the changes and get a clear plan in place. Find healthy outlets for your restless energy and think about setting healthy boundaries as well. Yeah, slower week, not much happening. I think this is about integrating the new energy and going over some of these memories and looking at the general effect that maybe childhood events, maybe something our parents or caretakers taught us or showed us, or it could be something that's happened, in the past in your own relationships that have influenced your whole idea or philosophy about security and about freedom. And here we are, we find ourselves on the cusp of this new chapter, this new beginning. So it's time to release the stuff that you've outgrown, that no longer applies, that doesn't work with the life you want to create. So this is important work and important stuff. Don't neglect it. Let's break it down by sign. Here's what you can expect for the week. This week, you're focused on money and the future. Boundaries and support to those close to you will require you to rethink how much you share with them and whether or not you value the other person's input in your life. Time is needed for sure for you to work through this. By definition, you are a very solitary person. You depend more on yourself than you do on other people. But having friends, having people you can count on is something that will help you ease some of the burdens that you're carrying, Aries. So this week, think about how even just being honest with the people around you about how you're feeling and what you're struggling with could change your whole outlook on life. If you want to know more about what's going on in November for you, I do have your tarot forecast up, and I'll put a link to it below so you can see the lessons and the general obstacles for the month. For Taurus, this is an interesting week for you with your focus being on relationships. The Sun forms an opposition with the North Node in your first house this week. So the question is, what are you afraid of? And how much has that fear kept you holding on to someone that isn't really right for you? Changes are coming, and this is a good week to plan your next move and to get really clear on what is holding you back. Gemini, November the 5th, the opposition taking place in Taurus and Scorpio will highlight the need for changes connected to your health and habits. What actually needs your attention right now? You've been really focused on career, been focused on your family, but what about your health? What about your diet? What about other things that you've been engaging in that haven't been really healthy? You may feel that you don't have time to worry about those things, that you need to accomplish more, you need to do more, you need to make more money. And while that may be true, we know that you will be much better off once you take care of your own needs. Only then can you give those areas your full focus or attention. Rest is important for you and for your creative mind. Take care of your health concerns now. Cancer, you've been keeping a part of yourself hidden, and your creative side is important to your overall health and well-being. Your artistic endeavors keep you sane. This is a healthy outlet for you. With all the other things going on in your life, you're processing so much right now. This isn't the time to deny yourself that outlet. Paint, draw, write, craft, whatever it may be this week to help you process some of these deep lessons. Don't worry, everything is going to work itself out, and it's okay for you to take some time off and do these things. This is how you keep your balance in all of this chaos. Leo, the theme for you this week is stepping out of your comfort zone if you want to win big. You've been struggling to let go of fear and doubt regarding your career or the direction your career is headed. There are some big changes happening in your life, and actually quite a few sectors of your life, Leo, over the next 2 years. Being a fixed sign, you don't roll well with change, and especially change that you aren't instigating. But this is part of your soul evolution. You know that you need to move. You know that you need to do something different with your career. You know that you need to focus more on staying in balance. So all of these issues are tied to things from the past, and a lot of them from your early childhood. This week you can expect them to come up. So this is a time for you to just really work through that, do some journaling, do some crafting, painting, and step outside of your comfort zone and know everything's going to be okay. Virgo, on October the 31st, the moon will shift into your 6th house, so your focus is going to be on keeping things organized and running smoothly. If your partner is not into this, this can be a cause for some arguments and some tension in your household. Don't go overboard, and know that just because things are not as tidy as you would like them, it doesn't mean that your partner doesn't love you. This week, you're going to be prompted to consider releasing some of those core beliefs that no longer serve you too. As the Sun opposes the North Node in Taurus, it's time to recognize and release fearful thinking and acknowledge how far you've come, Virgo. This is a perfect time to take a class, join a retreat, read a new book on spiritual practices, and learn something new. Libra, money and responsibilities are on your mind this week. On November the 5th, your chart ruler Venus will oppose Uranus in Taurus, encouraging you to rethink shared resources and how you define security. Money investments and career changes will be on your mind, and this could be highlighting your fears around these topics, but you must find balance, Libra. A scarcity mindset will only keep you stagnant. Know that you will be okay, and it's all right to ask for help from others. Even though in the past people have let you down, you're a different person on a different road now, and I think that you'll see that the people around you are much more committed to you. Scorpio, this is a week to move out of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Venus continues through your sign and forms an opposition to Uranus on November the 5th. You're being called to release any fears you have regarding connections, relationships, and vulnerability. Scorpio does not like to be perceived as vulnerable. You're being called to release any fears, though, surrounding relationships and these types of connections. Uranus is encouraging you to move out of your comfort zone and trust yourself to make the right decisions. If something doesn't feel right, then it probably isn't. You can trust your intuition. Sagittarius, this is a week to ask yourself, what does your body need? Sag is a very mental mental sign, and sometimes you become so involved in your own thoughts you neglect what your body needs. On November 5th, the Sun will oppose the North Node in Taurus, bringing forth the need to lean into the comfort and security you've been seeking through your daily habits and routines. You are feeling very unstable in your relationships, and the money hasn't been flowing like it normally does, which is also leaving you feeling very insecure. This is causing fears to come up, and you may even have some reservations about the future and what direction that your life is moving into. But this week is a perfect opportunity to embrace this change and set new goals and to release the things that are holding you back. Capricorn, creativity is key this week. Capricorn, as another sign that is very analytical, is easy for you to end up out of balance by being too analytical and not enjoying the creative side of life. But Capricorn is a very creative sign, and Venus forms an opposition to Uranus on November the 5th. You'll be encouraged to embrace the shifting energy and pursue your creative goals. Consider this transit the beginning of your solo career, Capricorn. Your creative side is asking you to open up, step out of your comfort zone, and embrace the possibilities. So don't be afraid, go for it. Aquarius, your theme for this week is home and family life. You're more than ready for the changes that are on the horizon, but they may still leave you feeling very uncomfortable. On November the 5th, Venus will oppose Uranus in Taurus, bringing significant changes to the forefront of your home and family life. The need for rest and recovery, the need to clean and organize, the need to move, the need to remodel, redo, reshape will be overpowering this week, but rest is what is needed. You've been running on fumes for months, and with all these new changes about to take place, it would be much better for you and your family if you come from a place of rest rather than a place of overwhelm. Pisces, the theme for the week is core beliefs. As the Sun and the North Node form an opposition on November the 5th, your core beliefs, which are those philosophies you found comfort in and the rules that you basically live by, will be tested and disrupted. It's time to consider different perspectives and opinions. While this isn't going to happen overnight, this is the beginning of broader thinking, and with it, the urge to move out of your comfort zone and explore other avenues. So this is a big change in the making, Pisces. Even though you may be resistant to it in the beginning, this is the evolution that you need. So don't be afraid. I hope you found these little mini readings helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments section below. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'll see you soon with the next video. Reiki blessings!